Mike Borders of the Mike Borders channel. Today we are working on a 2008 Chevy Colorado, and we are going to replace the handle for the tailgate. First thing what I would do, if you've got a cover on your bed, go ahead and open this up. You're going to locate the screws to take this off on the inside panel of this tailgate. As you can see, the inner part that connects to the lever that releases the tailgate has broken. I removed the cover back far enough where I can hop in and I can access the panel. As you can see here, 4 Phillips screws, and you will be able to pull this panel off. On the back side of that is the actual part that you will remove. I've removed the panel. At this point, I recommend taking a photo of this. Later on in the project, it will give you something to look back and verify that you're putting everything back in order and aligned correctly with the new part. There's little plastic connection points. You just give it a little bit of pressure down. As you can see there, remove that, and that will give you access to pull the metal rods out of the inserts. I've already released these, and this is why I mentioned earlier taking a photo, because when it comes time to put in the new part, I mean, it's self-explanatory now how the rods are positioned, but just in case, you'll know exactly which way to put the unit in and what holes the rods go in. Next, you have 10mm bolts, one here, on the opposite side here, and then this one is your locking mechanism. Go ahead and remove all 3 of those. I removed all 3 bolts. This is the locking mechanism, as you can see. That's where the key goes into lock. At this point, once all the rods are removed and the 3 bolts are removed, you should have pretty good access to remove this part. Just like that. And here's a peek of what exactly broke. And as you can see, right there in the very middle, the plastic part cracked in half. Here's a quick comparison from the old one on top, as you can see, to the new one on the bottom. This will come pre-greased, but one thing I want to point out, the new part will come with the plastic connections, as you can see here. And that part that broke, this is the new part. As you can see, when I pulled the handle, it is supposed to push down on that metal bracket. Maneuver the new handle back in. To the other side, one thing I want to point out, there are 2 plastic little lips or connection points that will connect or clip onto the metal portion of the tailgate. One is deep in there and the other one is there. From this point, go ahead and realign your holes and reinsert and tighten the 3 10mm bolts, including the one that is part of the locking mechanism here. On the bottom side of the locking part, there's a prong sticking out, and you will maneuver that into the insert where the prong can fit in right in there. Once you get all 3 10mm bolts tightened down, let's reconnect the metal rods into the inserts and reconnect the plastic connections, and you'll do that for all 3 rods. All 3 rods are in, plastic connections are secure. Before you hop to the other side and release the tailgate by the handle, just double check everything is tightened and secure. And for the test. Alright, it works. Very last thing I would check is the lock. Make sure that works. That's locked. Good. And it works. Next, grab the metal panel and position that back, center the holes, and you can notice a arrow that's pointing to the top, so make sure you put this back on and Go ahead and put back in the Phillips screws and tighten that down. I've got the cover back on and the panel back on and secure. And one last time just for good measure, so make sure it works good. And she is back to normal. Hey, I hope this helps. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Got a couple other videos on this 2008 Chevy Colorado. Take a look at the other videos on the channel. Keep watching. We'll see you next time. And if you become a subscriber, you'll get a notice, or you will be notified each time we upload a video. Thanks again.